Hey guys, welcome to Elliot's 30-Day Mobility Guide. Today we're going to be going over feet. So our workout is going to be divided into two today. One's going to be for the camp of overpronators and one is going to be for oversupinators. Additionally, we're going to cover the topic of the active foot. So for our first group of people, if you find you walk on the inside of your feet, your arches have collapsed, you've got pain in the bottom of your feet, or you've got tightness in the back of your calves, this one might be for you. So the first step for you guys, you're going to grab your foam roller, place it on the ground, and you're going to kneel over top of it. And we're going to try and roll out this muscle here on the front of our leg. This is called the anterior tibialis, and it contributes to dorsiflexion, which is the decrease of the angle here at your ankle. So we're going to get onto that guy there, and we're going to start by rolling back and forth. And when we find a tight spot, we're going to camp out there for a little bit, let it sink in, and then take our ankle through a little bit of motion. Now this one's definitely going to hurt at first. You want to use a little bit of pressure to start off with. It's definitely going to hurt if you're not used to it. So we'll do that 15 to 20 seconds each side, and we're going to do that 3 times for each side. Next, after that, we want to build up the integrity of that arch. So we need to strengthen those muscles that contribute to the flexion at the bottom of your foot. How we're going to do that, we're going to grab a towel, set it on any surface that slides. As long as the towel slides, that's all that matters. We're going to place our toes at the end of it and just scrunch it up. So I want to get as much of a contraction as I can and try to squeeze with that arch. Now this is too easy. You can always just add a plate at the end or anything heavy to kind of increase the drag a little bit, but it's really about the quality of the movement at this point. So we're going to do 3 sets for each side on that one with about 20 reps. And then after you are done, we're going to do 2 sets of 12 reps, trying to maintain what we call an active foot. So what an active foot is squeezing the ground and really rooting yourself into the ground. A lot of people don't realize that our feet are actually meant to squeeze the ground when we walk or when we load ourselves with, say, something like a heavy back squat. So what we want to do is really grip that ground with our toes and squeeze ourselves in there. Once you get yourself good and set up, we're going to bang out 12 bodyweight squats. Focus on gripping the ground the whole way, especially on the way up. When this becomes really important is when you're under load, say doing lunges, doing barbell squats, doing deadlifts. Just like you would grip a barbell when you're going to bench press, you want to grip it as hard as you can. When you're going to squat, you want to grip the floor as hard as you can. What this does is increases the neurological response in your body. There's going to be more neuromuscular activity, and it's going to signal to all your body, the muscles in your body to contract harder. So, like when you're on a bench press, you squeeze it harder, you're able to get a little bit more force in the bar. The same principle works with the ground when you're squatting. So it's very important to keep an active foot, especially when you're under load, because when you're under load, you're going to be tempted to just let those feet get crushed, right? We don't have hooves, we have feet. They're made to grab the ground. So, for the oversupinators, so those are the people who have a very overpronounced arch. A lot of the times these people complain of tightness in the front of their legs. It'll be accompanied with increased plantar flexion. So that's the kind of movement you get when you contract your calves here, and it increases the angle in here. So for you guys, you're going to take your lacrosse ball and you're going to roll it under your feet. So we're going to go 15 to 20 seconds each feet. You want to come out on a diagonal here, back out that way, work in there very thorough. If you find a really tight spot, contract the toes a little bit, get the other side. One of the really cool things about this, that I'll show you here, is a really good example of how your body stores tension. So if you see, if I just try to bend down and touch my toes here, if I just hang, I can get down there pretty good. But if I roll it pretty aggressively here, really get some of that tension out, get both sides here. and then go try to do the same thing here. Notice I can get a lot deeper, and what that is my body holding tension in the muscle and fascia. So there's a big line of muscle and fascia that goes up from your toes here at the bottom of your feet, all the way up your back, and it hooks in right at the top of your eyeballs here. That's called your superficial back line. So when you're holding tension in any area, it's going to affect the rest of the line. We'll get more into that in later videos, but that's just a little teaser of what kind of impact mobility and tissue integrity is going to have in your body. So, for you overpronators, once you're done with the lacrosse ball, you're going to grab your circle band here, hook it on something, sit back, hook it on a foot here, now what we're going to do is contract our anterior tibialis here. So we're going to pull it up, extend our toes backwards, we're going to hold it for a 3 count. We go back down, pull it up, hold it through a 3 count. Down, back up, hold it for a 3 count. Now the reason we're holding for a 3 count is because in the lower leg, isometric strength is very important. Since you're standing around all day, a lot of those muscles are doing isometric contractions just to hold you where you are. So if we want to improve the posture and the way our feet work, we need to have better isometric strength in them. So we're going to do 3 sets of 20 with the 3 count each leg, and then you are also going to do the body squats as well. So again, try to get an active foot, really squeeze that ground, drop into a squat. Depth isn't really a big issue here. The big factor is just to squeeze the ground as much as you possibly can. So get down there and squeeze on the way up. And again. So 2 sets of 12 for you guys too. That's it for today's workout. Tune in tomorrow and we're going to be talking about the ankles. Thanks guys.